June 11th, 1959. Stage 14 at the Samuel Goldwyn Studios, Hollywood. The temperature is rising, not just outside, inside too. Billy Wilder, one of Hollywood's most respected directors, stands behind the camera. His face is red, his shirt is soaked through, and across from him, standing in a doorway, is Marilyn Monroe. Take 1. Blown. Take 15. Blown. Take 30. Blown. Take 50. Still going. The crew is whispering. The studio executives are watching, and Marilyn, she's trembling, but she won't stop. She can't stop. By the end of the day, 59 takes, 59 attempts at 4 simple words. And when Wilder finally saw what she'd done, he couldn't speak. Here is the story. It's the summer of 1959, and Billy Wilder is filming Some Like It Hot. The production is a circus, a beautiful, expensive, chaotic circus. The Goldwyn Studios lot is buzzing with energy. Lights blaze hot enough to melt makeup. The soundstage smells like cigarette smoke, sweat, and hairspray. Outside, Los Angeles is baking under a relentless sun. Inside, the tension is even hotter. Billy Wilder is at the peak of his powers. He's already made Sunset Boulevard and Sabrina. He's a perfectionist, a genius, a man who knows exactly what he wants and won't settle for anything less. His reputation is built on precision, on control, on getting the best performance from every actor, every time. But Marilyn Monroe, she's testing every ounce of that control. She arrives late, almost every day, sometimes hours late. The crew waits, the other actors wait. Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon, her co-stars, are professionals. They're frustrated, yes, but they understand. Sort of. Marilyn is different. Everyone knows it. She's not just another actress. She's an icon, a symbol, the most famous woman in the world. But fame comes with a price. By 1959, Marilyn is barely holding on. Her marriage to Arthur Miller is crumbling. Her dependency on pills, sleeping pills, anxiety pills, anything to quiet the noise in her head, is spiraling. She's terrified on set, paralyzed by fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being exposed as a fraud. And Billy Wilder, he doesn't see any of that, not yet. What he sees is an actress who can't remember her lines, who needs dozens of takes for the simplest scenes, who drives everyone to the edge of madness. The movie is behind schedule. The budget is exploding. The studio is breathing down Wilder's neck. And in the middle of it all is Marilyn, a woman drowning in front of everyone, and no one throwing her a rope. But there's one scene, one moment, that will change everything. The scene is simple, absurdly simple. Marilyn's character, Sugar Cane, is supposed to enter a room, open a few drawers looking for bourbon, and deliver one line to Tony Curtis's character. 4 words, just 4 words. "Where's that bourbon?" That's it. That's the line. Wilder explains the scene to Marilyn in the morning. She nods. She understands, or at least she says she does. The crew sets up the lights. The cameras roll. Take 1. Marilyn walks in, opens the drawers, looks at Tony Curtis, and freezes. Cut. Wilder is patient. He's dealt with difficult actors before. He reassures her. "It's okay, Marilyn. Let's go again." Take 2. Same thing. She forgets the line. Take 3. She says the wrong words. Take 4. She stumbles over her own feet. By take 10, Tony Curtis is sitting on the bed trying to keep his composure. By take 20, the crew is shifting uncomfortably. By take 30, the whispers start. She's losing it. How can she not remember 4 words? This is ridiculous. Wilder's patience is wearing thin. He's a professional. He's calm. But inside, he's screaming. He has a movie to make, a schedule to keep. And Marilyn is unraveling in front of him. Paula Strasberg, Marilyn's acting coach, stands off to the side. She's always there, always hovering. Marilyn looks to her before every take. Strasberg nods, whispers something, gives Marilyn some cryptic piece of advice rooted in the method. Wilder despises her. He thinks she's making everything worse. Marilyn, it's 4 words, Wilder finally says, his voice tight. Just 4 words. Marilyn's eyes are glassy. She's somewhere else. Somewhere dark. She nods, takes a breath, and they go again. Take 40. Take 45. Take 50. Quick question. Have you ever had a moment where you were so afraid of failing that you sabotaged yourself? Where the fear became a self-fulfilling prophecy? Let us know in the comments, because that's what's happening to Marilyn. Every failed take feeds the terror, and the terror makes her forget the line again. It's a vicious cycle, a nightmare loop she can't escape. Tony Curtis would later say that kissing Marilyn Monroe was like kissing Hitler. He was bitter, exhausted. But he didn't understand. None of them did. Not really. Marilyn wasn't being difficult for the sake of it. She wasn't trying to sabotage the film. She was fighting a war inside her own mind, a war she was losing. By take 55, Wilder is done. Completely done. He turns to his assistant director and mutters 2 words. She's impossible. Take 56. Marilyn steps onto the set again. Her hands are shaking. Her makeup is perfect. But underneath, she's a wreck. The room is silent. Not the good kind of silence. The heavy, suffocating kind. The kind that presses down on your chest. The crew isn't even pretending to be sympathetic anymore. Some of them are looking away. Others are checking their watches. Tony Curtis is sitting on the bed, staring at the floor. He's given the same reaction 55 times. He's a puppet at this point, just going through the motions. Billy Wilder stands behind the camera. His arms are crossed. His jaw is clenched. He's thinking about how much this one scene is costing, how far behind they are, how he's going to explain this to the studio. "Whenever you're ready, Marilyn," he says. His voice is flat, empty. Marilyn looks at Paula Strasberg. Strasberg nods, but this time she doesn't say anything. Maybe she's out of advice. Maybe she's just as exhausted as everyone else. Action. Marilyn walks into the room. She opens the first drawer. Her movements are mechanical, rehearsed to death. She opens the second drawer, the third. She turns to Tony Curtis, and she says the line. "Where's that bourbon? Perfect, natural, effortless. Cut." But Wilder doesn't call print. Not yet. He's staring at the playback monitor. Something is different. Something in Marilyn's eyes, in the way she moved. There was a vulnerability there, a fragility. Sugarcane wasn't just looking for bourbon. She was looking for something to numb the pain, to escape, just like Marilyn. "Let's do one more," Wilder says quietly. Take 57, same thing, but even better. There's a tremor in Marilyn's voice, a barely noticeable crack. It's perfect. Take 58. She nails it again. But there's something in her expression, a flicker of sadness, of desperation. It's heartbreaking. Take 59. Marilyn walks in, opens the drawers, turns, says the line. But this time when she says, "Where's that bourbon?" it's not a question. It's a plea. It's a woman on the edge searching for anything to hold on to. It's raw. It's real. It's everything Wilder has been trying to capture. Cut. Print. Silence. Wilder stands up. He walks over to Marilyn. She's crying. Tears are streaming down her face, ruining her makeup. She thinks she's failed. She thinks he's going to yell at her, fire her, tell her she's worthless. But he doesn't. He puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "That was perfect, Marilyn. Absolutely perfect." The crew erupts into applause. Not sarcastic applause. Real applause. Tony Curtis stands up and nods at her. Even the grips and lighting guys, the ones who were rolling their eyes an hour ago, are clapping. Marilyn looks around. confused, disoriented, like she doesn't understand what's happening. "I did it?" she whispers. "You did more than that," Wilder says. "You gave me something I could never have asked for." And he meant it, because what Marilyn didn't know, what she couldn't see, was that every single one of those 59 takes had been building to this moment. Every mistake, every stumble, every forgotten line had stripped away the performance, the artifice, the movie star. And what was left was the truth. Pure, unfiltered, devastating truth. That's what Wilder saw on take 59. Not Marilyn Monroe, the icon, but Norma Jean, the girl who never felt good enough, who was always searching for something just out of reach, who was desperate to be loved, to be seen, to be real. And he captured it on film, forever. When Some Like It Hot premiered in March 1959, critics were unanimous. Marilyn Monroe wasn't just good, she was transcendent. The scene, the one that took 59 takes, became one of the most iconic moments in the film. That simple line, "Where's that bourbon?" carried a weight that resonated with audiences. They felt it, even if they didn't know why. But behind the scenes, the story was different. Billy Wilder, in interviews, would joke about Marilyn's difficulty on set. He'd tell the story of the 59 takes with a mix of frustration and affection. He'd call her impossible, maddening, exhausting. But he'd also call her a genius, because Wilder understood something that most people didn't. Marilyn's process wasn't conventional, it wasn't efficient, but it was effective. She couldn't intellectualize a performance. She couldn't just hit her marks and deliver the lines. She had to feel it. She had to live it. And that took time. It took dozens of takes. It took breaking herself down until there was nothing left but the raw emotion. Tony Curtis, years later, softened his stance. He admitted that his kissing Hitler comment was unfair. He said, "Marilyn was troubled, we all knew it, but she was also brilliant. What she did on screen was magic, and magic doesn't come easy." But here's what most people don't know. After Some Like It Hot wrapped, Marilyn wrote a letter to Billy Wilder. It was never published, never shared publicly. It sat in Wilder's personal collection for decades. In it, she thanked him, not for his patience, though she acknowledged his frustration, but for not giving up on her. She wrote, "I know I'm difficult. I know I make people angry, but I'm trying. I'm trying so hard to be good enough. Thank you for letting me try." Wilder kept that letter until the day he died. When asked about it in later years, he'd get quiet. Reflective, he'd say, "Marilyn thought she wasn't good enough, but she was better than all of us. She just couldn't see it." The 59 takes became legend, a symbol of Marilyn's perfectionism, her insecurity, her genius. But they were also a symbol of something darker, of a woman who was so afraid of failing that she pushed herself to the breaking point, over and over and over again. And Hollywood watched and did nothing. Marilyn Monroe died 3 years later, August 5th, 1962. She was 36 years old. The official cause of death was ruled as probable suicide, barbiturate overdose. But the truth? The truth is more complicated, more painful. Marilyn spent her entire life searching for something she never found: approval, love, a sense of worth. She gave everything to her craft. She poured her soul into every performance. And when she did, when she finally got it right, the world applauded. But it was never enough, because the applause always faded. And she was left alone in the dark, wondering if she was ever truly good enough. That scene, the one with 59 takes, is a perfect metaphor for Marilyn's life. She had to break herself down over and over to give the world what it wanted. And even when she succeeded, even when she was perfect, she couldn't see it. She couldn't feel it. Billy Wilder once said, "Marilyn Monroe was the greatest natural actress I ever worked with, but she was also the most tragic." He was right, because Marilyn's genius came from her pain, her vulnerability, her desperation to be loved, and that same genius destroyed her. Today, Some Like It Hot is considered one of the greatest films ever made. Marilyn's performance is iconic. That simple line, "Where's that bourbon?" is a masterclass in subtlety and emotion, and it only exists because she refused to give up, because she did 59 takes, because she demanded perfection from herself, even when it was killing her. So here's the question. Was it worth it? Should we celebrate the 59 takes as a testament to her dedication? Or should we mourn them as a symptom of her suffering? Let us know in the comments, because this isn't just a story about a difficult actress. It's a story about what we demand from our idols, what we take from them, and what we leave behind. Marilyn Monroe gave us everything: her beauty, her talent, her soul, and in return we called her difficult, impossible, a problem to be solved. But Billy Wilder knew. In that moment, on take 59, he saw the truth. He saw a woman fighting to be seen, to be real, to be enough. And unfortunately, they don't make women like Marilyn Monroe anymore.